All right, it is, what day is it? It's Wednesday. Yeah, February 7th. It's 10 minutes after 1 West Coast. So the market just closed not too long ago. And today was a fortunate but unfortunate, but yet fortunate day. So I did take a loss today, but I was 3-1 overall, 4 trades. And as you can see here, 75% for the day. Now for the week, I'm only 4-4, so I'm 50% for the week, and overall 56-16 for 78%. So not having the best week. It so far is probably the worst week I've had since trading this way since just after Christmas. But it could be worse at the same time. So if you don't know, I am live streaming every day between roughly 9:45 a.m. East Coast and 12:30, which is where I am on the West Coast. I'm starting at about 6:45 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And sometimes I'm a little bit closer to 10 Eastern, but it just depends on how quickly I could get my streaming started and get my charts up and all of that. So today, like I said, 3-1. I did copy trade like 5 total accounts on my first trade. But as you see, I only have 2 accounts that are red. So I will get into why that is here in a second. Apex did change back to 80% discount for the next week or so. You can use this code or any other if you're looking to pick up some evaluations. And like and subscribe if you're interested to follow my journey that I'm on. I'm showing all my accounts, all my balances, all my P&Ls every day. I show every trade and I record every trade. And I do not take any trades off of YouTube. So if it's not recorded on my live stream at this point, or previously in my older videos, if I didn't live record it, then there is no other trade. The only trades I take on my Apex accounts are the trades that I'm showing here, and Apex is the only funding company that I use for my trading at this point. So you'll see that I have all Apex accounts. I have 2 PAs, and I have 8 evaluations, and 6 of those are currently active. 2 are blown up. I blew up one yesterday, and blew up another one a week or 2 ago. And those will come back when they renew. I'll let them reset on the renewal. And yeah, so let's get into the trades. Oh, actually, before I do that, so yeah, 3-1 today. But the fortunate part of today was only 2 of my accounts got hit with the losing trade. So PA number 2, unfortunately, I was only 1-1 on that account, and took a loss today of $228 basically. And it's a bummer because I was really about $650 away from qualifying for a payout, and now this is definitely a setback. I've got about $1,150 to go now, whereas before I was about 650 away. So the loss I took yesterday on it, plus the loss today, it sucks, but it just is what it is. And I'll have to, hope that I have better days ahead that can bring that account back. And then my other account that I took a loss was evaluation number 23. I was 3-1 on that. Now, again, my first trade was a loss, so I did go on to have 3 winners in a row after that, but still down $387.76 on that evaluation. So let me get into the trade. Oh, and I guess real quick, once I took the loss and got a win back on the PA, I then switched for my next 2 trades to PA number 6. So PA number 6, I took my last 2 trades on, and I was 2-0, up $102, trading 1 contract. And on the evaluations, number 22, I was 3-0 for $493. 27, I was 3-0 for $493. Evaluation 31, I was 2-0 for $199. And evaluation 33, I was 3-0 for $508. And let me get into this first trade and remove all this stuff from my screen so I can explain what happened and why, even though I was trade copying 5 accounts on this first trade, only 2 got the loss. Let's take a look. All right, so here's the first chart that I was using today. Today was different than the last 2 days this week. Right when I got on, I was able to find 4 good charts really fast. They're the normal size charts that I typically look at, and so I didn't have to go looking for other charts right away and look at a bunch of charts that were bad. It was like 4 good charts right away, and so I had every confidence that when I took a first trade, it would be a winner. And because it was different than yesterday, where there were so many charts that had losses on the chart already, today 4 charts all without a loss. So I felt really confident to just take the first trade that came up. I was just very much in a state of mind that no matter what the trade looks like, whether it looks good or bad, I was going to take it because I have a lot of confidence in the system that especially when you see so many charts that have all winners for your scalp target, it's just one of those situations that typically, so far in my experience trading this since Christmas, usually every trade will continue to work at least for a little while into the regular session. So I had every reason to believe that no matter what this looked like, it would be a winner. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Now, by the time I got started, it was probably about 6:45 or so, somewhere in here. And unfortunately, my first trade was a loss. What I do here? So here we go. So yeah, I pulled back. Now, I wasn't analyzing the chart at all when I took this trade. I literally was just waiting for an entry and saying I'm going to take it. And so what happened here was, we had basically 2 legs back there. Now we had a push up and a push down. And so it's really hard to say what's happening here. Is it like some kind of range or what? You had this big leg up, didn't retest the high yet. So what I was thinking, just because of this big push up, I was thinking, well, it's not going further down. It got stopped here multiple times. And if I draw the line just real quick, it's like this support is really working. And so it was the third test of that. And what happened was when this shot up through the EMA, the next candle opened here and then it went down and then it came back up. And I actually thought that this wouldn't engulf it. It happened right at the end of the candle closing. And instead so I put my order here getting ready for it. And instead it actually engulfed right at the last second. And this is exactly what happens when I've lost my last 3 trades now, is this exact situation where I have a bullish bar like above the EMA like this. The next bar goes underneath and then back up. So it's like a second entry long, right? But for whatever reason, these keep losing. And so I got to be more mindful of that. Flat EMA, I'm not really trying to analyze when I'm taking these trades with the system. But now that I've seen this happen so many times where it turns into a loser, I have to just skip these when I see them. And I recognized it. I mean, I got to say, I definitely recognized like, oh, this looks exactly like yesterday. And I just was thinking in my head, well, it's going to win because all the charts are good. Everything's been good on this chart. And it's just going to win because I think it's going higher still. And pulled back and it lost. Now, what happened here was I was trading 5 accounts, my PA and 4 evals. Now, only 2 accounts got triggered in on this trade. I didn't realize it was in the trade live, but when I went back and looked, only 2 accounts got triggered, which was my PA and evaluation number 23. So then it came down and took a loss. Now, if this was an evaluation, I might have moved my stop because I really believed it was going higher, and I probably would have just like risked blowing up the account if it was an evaluation. But because it was a PA, I just wasn't willing to risk, like, what if I'm wrong? It just goes all the way back down here. So took the loss. It's a small loss on my PA account. It was $270 or something, and got stopped out. But when I got stopped out, my 3 evaluation accounts suddenly got triggered in. And really, it doesn't show it on here because this is just showing my leader account. But I got entered into a reversed position, so the short was winning, and so I actually was able to like close it out while price went down here somewhere, and I took like a $200 win on some of these accounts and like $100 win on another one, or I forget what it was. You can go back to my live stream and replay it, find the first trade, and you'll see what happened. But basically, on 3 accounts, I took a win on this losing trade. So I just didn't count that as a win anywhere. It counts as a loss because the trade, according to my entry, was a loss. So that was loss number 1 there. And then let me show you my next chart, which is where I ended up taking my next 3 trades. So here we go. Here's my next chart. Now, this was another chart that was all winners, all in here. Not trades I took, but just that my entries were working for my profit target. And so if you look here, you can see that this is where my first trade was, and I took the loss here. And so here is how quickly I took another trade on a different chart. Now, again, not a great signal bar, but my mentality was I got unlucky on the first trade, but I should be able to trust this chart and take the trade no matter what the signal bar looks like. Also, keeping in mind that that support was really holding, and so this was like a 4th test or more of that. I didn't draw it, but I had it in mind, and so I took this trade, and it worked immediately, really fast. And so that was my first win here, my second trade, and I did trade my PA number 2 a second time. So I was down 270, and then I was able to get like 50 back trading 1 contract. And once I got that win, I also traded all the same evaluations as my first trade. So then once I got my first win on the PA2, I decided, okay, my next trade I'm just going to take on my other PA, because the point is to get these PA accounts closer to payout, qualifying for payout. And I have some makeup work to do on my other PA account because I took a loss yesterday on that as well. So still under the starting balance on PA number 6, which is a 25K account. But this was pretty easy. The only thing I didn't love was the fact that we had already reached this measured move from the bottom. So the fact that we had already gotten there, I didn't love taking another long after that. But I got the entry. It was a chart that was winning, and so I took the trade, and it worked just enough before it came back and would have stopped someone out if they're going for more. So I don't think it was a great trade, but it was good enough to get my scalp. And so I did that. I added an evaluation as well on this one. So I traded evaluation 31 that I didn't trade on the first 2 trades, and PA6, and I left off PA2. And then I got another trade here. And in my mind, I was looking at the support here, and it's a second entry and plenty of room to the EMA, and it looked like 2 legs down to me visually. Although you can make an argument that it kind of looks like 1 leg down, but had a really good bullish signal bar, and again, just trusting that the trade should win because it's on a winning chart. Hadn't lost yet. And I got my scalp here as well. And then shortly after this, I had to stop trading. I guess it was getting close to 9, but I didn't see anything else that I liked. I kind of stepped away a little bit in there somewhere as well. I think this was a trade I could have taken, but to me, it looked like it shot through the EMA. And I was just thinking, I don't want to get caught going against the grain. So I skipped this one. And that was it for me for the day. 3 wins, 1 loss. And, overall, not bad. If you add this all up, I was up like 1,100 overall. It's just the bummer is, taking that loss on PA2, whereas, only 650 away from qualifying for a payout. Now I'm more than 1,000 away, 1,150 away. And so I've got some work to do to get that to a payout. And then my other PA, I'm basically 1 trade away from the starting balance on that one, trading 1 contract at a time. So long way to go, a lot of work to do on that to get a payout. Quite frankly, it roughly works out to being like I need to do the same amount of work, have the same amount of good winning trades on both of these accounts to get to a payout. So I don't know. I have this other ATM strategy where I can capture more ticks. I'm hesitant to do it because it kind of requires the trade to work for more than what I usually go for. And you can see, like on a trade like this one, I really, if I was going for more, could get burned and end up with a loss instead. So I just got to be careful with what I'm doing, but I'm on the right path. I still believe in the system. This is the worst week so far, 4-4. Still got 2 days to go, so a 4-4 week could easily turn into a 10-4 or 12-4 week, which wouldn't be terrible. So I just gotta, look out for that first trade when it looks like this. I gotta just skip those from now on. I know what they look like, and so it's all about when there's in this case a bullish bar and it dips below and back above in the same candle and engulfs. I'm just gonna stay out of those whether they work or not moving forward. I've now seen 3 of them lose in a row. That I know that they're not the best setups, no matter how much I trust the chart for the day. So I think that's about it. 80% discount going on. Use this code or any other. Like and subscribe if you're interested in following my journey, where I'm showing all of my accounts, all my profit, all my loss, all my balances, just showing everything. Nothing's ever hidden. I'm never doing anything on the side. This is just my complete trading for now, and documenting it and seeing if ultimately I can get to some success. So that's it for me today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Yep.